I thank the distinguished representative of the United Kingdom. Now would like to make a statement in my capacity as the representative of Indonesia. Like others, I would like to thank SRSG Janine Hennis Plasschaert for her important updates. This is a challenging time for all of us and for post-conflict recovery countries such as Iraq. COVID-19, terrorism and violence, economic challenges and tension in the region are conditions capable of setting back the progress achieved thus far by Iraq. Nevertheless, with the positive attitude of the government and the readiness of the people to pursue reform agenda, the current efforts will yield the progress desired by all Iraqis. Now, dear colleagues, allow me to elaborate on 3 points. First, implementing the reform agenda and election are crucial for the future of Iraq. Indonesia welcomes the formation of the cabinet under the leadership of Prime Minister Al-Karimi, including the appointment of 2 women ministers. Women are an integral part of nation building. We also support the priorities of the new government, particularly in managing COVID-19, addressing economic crisis, fighting corruption, and promoting accountability. These are critical for restoring the trust of the people of Iraq and for fulfilling the demands of the peaceful protesters. Holding a free, fair, and credible election on June 2020 is an important next step toward building a democratic country and charting the path of prosperity and stability for which the international community has longed for so many years. The second point is the importance of maintaining stability and security. The remains of ISIL-Daesh and other terrorist groups indeed pose a threat not only for Iraq but also for the region and the world. Indonesia supports the efforts of the government of Iraq in combating terrorism. We also would like to underscore that operations to combat terrorism should be conducted in coordination and with the cooperation of the government. In time of challenging geopolitics in the region, it is pertinent for us in the Council to support Iraq, not only in capacity building and assistance, but also in ensuring the independence, unity, and Iraq's sovereignty and territorial integrity. It is evident that instability in Iraq will be devastating not only to the country, but also to the region and to the world, particularly in view of COVID-19 when resources are in limited availability. The third point is support by regional and international partners is key for Iraq. As Iraq confronts many challenges, support by regional and international partners is key for a successful implementation of the priorities set by the new government. In this respect, we particularly applaud the Iraqi government's effort to reach out to the region in pursuit of the good neighborliness principle. We also welcome the strengthening relation between Iraq and Kuwait, and we do hope that this effort will continue and expand to other regional and international partners. The strengthening of Iraq and Kuwait is reflected in the missing Kuwaiti persons and third country nationals, as well as the return of Kuwaiti property file. It is encouraging that the new cabinet is committed to resolving the outstanding issues. And we do hope that once COVID is under control, there will be greater progress on this file and the work of the tripartite mechanism will be continued. On the UNAMI, the work of UNAMI is vital in the various priorities and efforts of the government of Iraq and for the people of Iraq. And we offer our full support of its mandate and of SRSG, Hennis Plasschaert, and her staff. We wish her all the best in these pandemic times. In conclusion, we believe that a stable and secure Iraq is part of the solution of the overall conflicts in the Middle East. And we believe that the Iraqi people knows what is best for themselves. Indonesia firmly supports Iraq in its path for peace and development. I thank you. Now, I would like to resume my function as President of the Council. I would like to give the floor to my dear